Don't get me started.
Don't get me started. Oh, shut your mouth. Hey.
A bit slow on the blah there this week, Harmstone. Normally he's timed that pretty well most of the time, and it comes up
That's right.
as you are blahing.
He did it. Spot on. Was it a couple of weeks ago?
It was the last episode. It was like second perfect, but now, he's late.
Slipping. He's late. He's often late.
He would say that he's working on ABT today. I would expect. But
I'm looking forward to reading out the haps in a bit. Welcome in to this, the 131st episode of Don't Get Me Started. I'm Alex. This is Jeremy. So many episodes.
Loads of episodes. Yeah,
it's sort of bonkers, really.
But you know what? Our little hiatus last week for me to be ill and shit. The archive on YouTube and in podcast is finally back up to date.
Oh, that's nice. That's good.
We ran into a bit of a wall with the 4K-ing and having to jig around with them and edit them and do all that kind of thing. Because it turns out rendering a 4K video takes a fucking long time.
Yeah.
So I had to do that a few times, but now it's up.
Excellent.
All are up.
There's so many things. You know, I've been so busy of late doing shit that I haven't actually been able to do any shit. But anyway, yes, but we're here. Here we are. I don't think Will's here because he sent me a little message saying I think that he said he was on holiday.
Yeah, on holiday for a few weeks. Must be nice.
I like the fact you checked in. I don't think I needed to authorize that. You know?
Oh no, we do absolutely need to author. If there's any prolonged period of absence, they need to let us know.
They need to check in.
Yeah, like otherwise we'll fine them or whatever it is that schools do if you take your kids on holiday during term time.
Yeah.
Like you get plenty of opportunity to go on breaks. Like I'm ill a lot and he fucks off to random places a lot. So like work your holidays around the times when we're not DGMSing. It's not hard.
It's not difficult.
Yeah, keep it to term times.
The good thing about changing this now means that I get to do live action roleplay whenever I want. Because remember when it was on Fridays, and then it would just be like, if I wanted to LARP, I couldn't. But that's not the case anymore.
You can LARP whenever you LARP.
That's right. And you'll learn more about that, more about what we've been up to, what you've been up to on This Is Happening is coming up very, very soon. And then we've got an array of confessions and Seabound shit, Am I the Arseholes? And we've got viral. We've got a viral thing.
Got viral, yeah. And many more.
And many more. Welcome in to, I can see Dr. Fruitbat's here. I can see that obviously I can see Kirsty is here, Aftermath Euphoria. Mentioning Skullduggery. You should come to Skullduggery. Another LARP system just up the road. Very close.
Oh yeah, the one in the cavey bit.
Not in the cavey bit. It's in the woods. It's in the actual woods. Went to it last year and it was actually quite a lot of fun. I got given a free cocktail. That's the best thing you can say about that.
Best thing you can say about anything. You want to touch it? Go on then.
I want to move it closer to my mouth.
Move it closer to your mouth. And now talk again.
How about that? How is that?
Yeah, it looks all right.
Okay,
yeah.
Thank God for that.
Just got to confirm it, and not do it halfway through a sentence.
It's a bit weird. It's being a bit weird.
Yeah. Much like the internet. When we turned it on, we pressed start streaming, and it was like, maybe go fuck yourself.
I don't wanna.
So we restarted that, and we seem to be all right now. So there you go.
So Harmstone is watching it on TV.
Oh.
I know that we're probably going to get to that, but I can see he said something about it. I have a real life DGMS cushion next to me. Man, I can't imagine what it must be like to be Mr. Harmstone and watching us. It's like, this is the pinnacle of his, at the very least, this Tuesday night, I would imagine, his week.
It's the highlight of his entire week.
It's just kind of like, coming in, sitting down. He was like kind of slightly late to get on to say blah. I imagine he was getting home from work, much like Fred Flintstone does at the opening credits to the Flintstones.
Or in The Simpsons when they're all like crashing onto the sofa and
that's it. But like, his I think he works in a factory and someone pulls a whistle and he goes yabba dabba doo, and then he just slides down.
Yeah, the Flintstones one is the basis for the Simpsons one, I would expect.
Yeah, well, they do it in the monorail episode. Another reason why the monorail episode is the best.
Monorail.
Because the monorail episode has him kind of just like he slides down, crashes through the windscreen, or through the side window of his car.
Mm.
Simpson.
Homer Simpson. He's the greatest guy in history.
What a fucking... Oh, my God.
From the town of Springfield, he's about to hit a chestnut tree.
That's like the best. How is that? The episode
wonderful.
is like the best episode. They glide as safely as a cloud, I think is the next line to that. Harmstones, meet the Harmstones.
Is that on the monorail episode?
Yeah, that's the start of the monorail.
That's incredible.
I got sent, I can't remember who sent it to me, whether it was, I think it might have been Duncan, sent me like how they made the monorail episode all in like, basically it's Conan O'Brien came up with this
it's all
crazy
Conan,
fucking idea, and he was a new writer at the time, and they all went away to a retreat. All the writers went away to a retreat to talk to Matt Groening and James L. Brooks, I think it is, to pitch ideas for that series. They go away on a retreat, and then they got these ideas, and they were like, he was like, I've got this idea for a monorail episode, and this is how it works. And all the other writers were like, put that one in your back pocket, because that's going to be a bit wacky for James L. Brooks, and that's going to be a bit wacky for Matt Groening. And then like, and then he kind of came out and told them, and they were like, this is fucking amazing, you got to do it. And oh my God. Oh, yeah.
Is there a chance the track will bend?
Not in your life, my Hindu friend. The ring came off my pudding can. Take my penknife, my good man.
Man, to have...
Springfield's only choice. Throw up your hands and raise your voice. I swear it's
Monorail.
Monorail.
Dope. Like, that episode is such a slam dunk already. And
It's
then they throw
so
in the Flintstones thing at the beginning. It's just unnecessary.
That's so... I swear that's also the one where, like... Lisa has an image of what teaching will be like in the future, like put on your VR helmets, and it just goes and he says, hi Lisa, I'm Genghis Khan, you'll go where I go, kill what I kill, defile what I defile. And it's really oh my God. And this is an episode about how much we like the monorail episode, and the bit where like they get there too late, Marge and the scientist, and he goes, I shouldn't have stopped for that haircut. I shouldn't have stopped for that haircut. And he used to have wild, crazy hair, and now he's all short. It's like, I shouldn't have stopped for that haircut. It's like one of my favorite, like, eat who I eat.
Wonderful.
Anyway, what the fuck? Anyway, but yeah, it tells you all about like how that came to be. But
and yeah, and then down the line, it must have been towards the end of his run as a late night talk show host. Conan O'Brien gathered like an entire orchestra to perform the songs from the monorail episode.
Yeah.
So,
I saw that.
Yeah,
that's really good. It's like,
I love Conan O'Brien. He's great.
Yeah. He comes across as super genuine. You know, it's just super cool. How can he not? But you know,
yeah.
So I don't know how it. Harmstones, meet the Harmstones. You should write that one.
But yeah, good opening. I like it.
Great opening. Yeah. Boom. Anyway, Harmstone has a TV and a cushion. Look, we've all got TVs and cushions.
Yeah.
You're nothing special. We've all got places to live.
Yeah.
We've got roofs over our head. Not the homeless, obviously, but, you know. They won't be watching this anyway.
They might be. They might have stolen a cell phone. That's what homeless people do, right?
Yeah, all the time. I once, as I've said before, saw a homeless person with an iPad on the Strand. And I'm like, you've got an iPad? I don't have an iPad. But I also have a home, so I guess the trade-off is there somewhere along the line.
It balances out.
Yeah. And if I wanted to, I could buy an iPad. I've been going on about, I just want an iPad.
Why?
Jeremy, I want one.
Just buy a decent tablet instead.
No, because it won't be an iPad. I don't know what's wrong with me.
I've often asked this question, and I'm waiting for the answer.
It's so slick. It looks so cool. Homeless people are posh in Folkestone. Why? Keris is saying why. Oh, my God. If both of you agree, just buy an iPad. Thank you, Tamsin.
Shut up, Tamsin. No one asked you.
Just want one. It's just like, this looks so slick. It looks so sleek. The other ones don't look so nice. If it looks that nice, it's just so nice. It looks nice. Buy an iPad. Life is short. Do you know what? My life is short thing has led me to do an awful lot of stuff. Like, we went to Wimbledon.
We did.
Last week. I was sitting on, it was Tuesday lunchtime, and I'd been desperately trying to get tickets to Wimbledon because, I desperately want to go. And they'd sent me a link to all the tickets. Also says Wimbledon.
You would.
So, so it comes up with all these kind of tickets available resale site, and I kept going on, failing. There's never any tickets. Says there's tickets, there's not tickets. And the last minute on the Tuesday, I went on there and it said, oh yeah, there are tickets. Do you want to go? Do you want 2 tickets? I went, yes.
Yeah.
I immediately bought them without even thinking, I knew I could get the time off, but who's going to go, basically. But yeah, got him, went. It was incredible. This has come up and this is happening in a bit. But...
Well, yes, that is incredibly hap. And that will probably segue us quite nicely into This Is Happening, wouldn't you say?
Yes, I would say definitely.
Then let's do it. We will kick off with a bit of This Is Happening.
In a world filled with haps and naps, two men have risen above to bring you This Is Happening.
Do you know, I've got the timing of that.
I was about to say, honestly, mate, like that is fucking super skilled. When I used to DJ, the skill in that is knowing how long you have before the song kicks in. To say, like, coming out in 1991, this is off the album Out of Time by R.E.M., and this is Shiny Happy People.
I do marvel at the radio presenters for doing that, especially if it's like a really weird intro or a really long intro, because like I need to talk for quite some time and then it will kick into the first bit of lyric. So
knowing how long, it does tell you how long you've got. It will tell you there's a little. It gives you a little timing.
Oh well,
not so impressed.
My dream is shattered.
I know. I knew some of them anyway.
I haven't got a fucking countdown.
No, you don't have a countdown.
And do it in my head.
But I remember when I did the one for Academy FM, they'd have a kind of like how long it was until actual song starts. Kind of. I swear there was something that said that. So it'd be like. It would come along to a thing and I'd just be like, go into it.
But they didn't have there's a swear word in this song that Jez has requested.
No, they didn't have that. Alex just spoiled what I was going to say. Oh, well, good. Yeah.
Fuck it all, do the time.
I should say that some of these songs, like, we all know how long it takes to come in. I do believe we all know how long it takes to come in, but there is an intro time, which is really good.
Fuck radio. That's what I got to say to that. Lazy bastards.
But here we are, and This Is Happening. So many things have happened. We went to Wimbledon.
Yes.
I want to talk about that right now.
Yeah, my first Wimbledon.
And how was it?
It was incredible.
We were on TV.
Yes. I meant to bring the clip in, but then I also realised that the clip isn't 4K, so it would just be a little tiny clip in the corner.
That's true. I went back to see if I could find more of us, but it was becoming a task that I thought, well, I know we were there, so I kind of...
There was a fair bit of us from... Not fully close up as it was for that period where like literally my entire family found us and sent a photo of us on television, but quite a few times it like pans across and you could see us, and there was one period, I couldn't tell you where it is, it was just while I was looking for this other bit to clip it out. There's I think it's at the end actually, when we are considering the they think it's cheved over.
Oh, yeah, they think it's cheved over.
Yeah, but like I've obviously said something to you, and you like fall back laughing, and it's very clearly on the camera, and I'm like, this is incredible. You can see what a fucking incredible time we're having.
Yeah, it is really good.
And it was a lot of fun.
Because there was someone called Shed. What's it?
Cheved over.
Cheved over. It's cheved over.
Not shed over. No,
not shed over. Cheved over. Chev. Dover.
Cheved over. Yeah. Because I tried to make a shed joke out of it, but it is very clearly Chev, so I couldn't.
I said, they think it's cheved over because it was so close to the end of the match, and she had not been very good, and she was responsible for a lot of the points going the other way. So I was like, they think it's cheved over, so it's on her serve or something like that, and I thought she was going to fuck it up. So like, no, she was going to receive, and I'm like, she's going to fuck it up. And when she receives, she's not going to return it. And when she doesn't return it, we can say we think it's cheved over. And I kept trying to say...
You got your phone out ready for it, and then... They aced it and won that game, and the match continued. Like, oh,
I think it's cheved over. It continues.
So we didn't get there in the end, but yes. Also, right at the end, where I shouted to can't remember her name. Wozniacki, is it?
Yeah.
Good luck with the comeback.
Yes.
What I didn't know in the stands is that she said thank you.
She did say thank you.
Yeah.
I knew she said thank you.
Oh, really? Okay.
I thought you heard that. Yeah, no,
I
she
did
said
not.
thank you.
No. But yeah.
Did that come out as well?
It was, thank you.
Ah.
You can hear me saying something, but yeah.
She does say thank you. That's
nice.
Nice.
I've pulled the entire 7 hours and 20 minutes or whatever it is from iPlayer, and that'll just sit on my computer until we want to
use it,
do something with it.
Nana Kay was able to identify Jez's crotch. Should I be worried?
I mean, it's these shorts, actually. It's the same shorts. So for future reference, folks, if you'd just like to pay some attention to my crotch right now, Just note the shapes, the bulges.
I think we were in a good place for being seen on camera.
We absolutely were. Yeah. We were directly opposite.
Do you remember the bit where I was like staring right down the barrel of the camera, like looking, trying to get him to kind of like...
Yeah.
I've been there before. The time I was there with Duncan, we were right in the gods, as it were, of centre court, and it was amazing to watch it. But like I was nowhere near camera. And the time when I was there with Patrick, I was on the left hand side and in the cut, and it isn't really good. But I did end up being on. There's a bit at the end we were talking to the people that are around us, and we were kind of chatting, and Duncan's like, "There you are," sending me a screenshot. There you are, and I was like, "It's quite fun to be found on TV." I don't know why. The main camera ended it on these, yeah. And I remember it didn't. You were like putting your thumb up like that, and I was like trying to
get down
on it. But yeah, fun time had by all. We drank so much wine.
Oh mate. That was the best bit. Just there.
Just kept drinking.
Like I took with us Karis's like travel wine glasses that you literally just assemble there.
Yeah.
And then you have wine in them in plastic, and that was fantastic.
It just kept. At one point you said, "Do you think it's too early to get the wine out?" Something like that.
Yes, it was as soon as we walked into the. So it must have been like 12 or something.
And at one point, like we went off to get. It was so hot in there because it had the roof on. And we were really hot, and by that, let's go and get a break. I went out and got 2 cold drinks with ice, so like a Pimm's and a cider. And I was like, did the Pimm's really quickly, and I didn't mean to, but it was so lovely that I was like, it's all gone. And then I slow rolled the cider for a little bit, but by the time I got to the end of those 2 things...
He didn't really slow roll it. It pretty much just went down as quickly as the Pimm's.
I really disagree, but it was drunk. Suffice to say, I was feeling really quite buzzed during that next match, and I'm like, perhaps we shouldn't have any red wine quite yet, and I kept eating my sandwich. Anyway, had a wonderful time. Pimm's never last long. No, Dr. Fruitbat, it doesn't. It's tasty as fuck. But yeah.
Yes, would recommend, would go again. And I think I will, actually.
The ballot opens in September, so if you're the kind of person that wants to do that sort of thing, then get yourself on Wimbledon, get yourself signed up.
Well, I mean, I'm going to try and do so by other methods as well, because also HAP this week, I am now an officially accredited sports journalist.
Whoop!
And my press pass came through the post yesterday.
That's very whooped into that, but I felt like it was.
It's definitely
good work.
It's whoop worthy, and I appreciate it.
Yeah,
100%. So officially accredited. I've this week as well applied for a paid writing role.
Nice.
Probably won't get it, but we'll see. I also thought I wouldn't get the press pass, so maybe I should just stop being so fucking negative. I don't know. We'll see. We'll let this be the deciding factor as to whether I'm going to be negative or not.
How long until they realise the mistake and request it back?
I've asked this question as well. Yeah.
That's outrageous. So let's go through maybe the haps and naps and stuff like that that they have done. They must have added some to the list.
I mean, I don't think they're going to top any of ours, but sure.
No. While you're looking at that, obviously, one of the good things this weekend, I went to live action roleplay for the 3rd time this year, and it was rainy as fuck and kind of arduous, but it was really amazing. So I didn't see Dr. Fruitbat there, so I presume he never went.
Or he was avoiding you.
It's possible. I just really think I actually didn't get very much out of camp this time, and there was a lot of camps I didn't see. So, but I didn't see. I would say he wasn't there.
Did you take Rail?
Yes.
Their box.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah. And Rail.
I was expecting the answer to be no. I forgot.
No, I did take it with me, and gave it to him.
Good job.
Cheers. Ulrich is his character name, and his character died at this event. So everyone was massively mega sad.
Sorry about your death. Here's a DGMS goodie bag.
It was exactly what happened. I gave it to him as his new character.
Sucks to hear that you died
dead,
miserably and cataclysmically.
Yeah.
But, here's a keyring with a sticker on it.
Yeah. And some beans.
Yeah. Which is probably quite useful on a campsite.
Yeah, oh yeah. I gave it to him in the end, so maybe he didn't,
Mess tin or...
Yeah.
I'm just assuming it's the same as...
It's so changeable, the weather this weekend.
The weather was shit this weekend, yeah.
But we will be going to Renewal, which is the August event, and big things are being planned for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. So if you're going to live action roleplay for Renewal, which is going to be literally one person in this room, then it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. after I save the world, or change the world. I don't know if I'm saving it really, but
Will you also save the cheerleader?
I will save the cheerleader
Excellent.
and save the world.
Live action heroes play. I would do that.
Oh yeah,
You get to have
powers
a
and shit.
power and save
Probably
the
do that.
cheerleader and shit. I mean, I'd be happy with just look at the cheerleader, save the world. Frankly, saving is a lot of effort. Look at her would be good enough.
Look at the cheerleader all the time.
Maybe save the world. Or look at the cheerleader, fuck the world. How's that? Is that a good slogan?
I mean, yes. Do you know Hayden Panettiere, who I think played her?
Correct.
What's her? Trying to remember the character name. Do you remember the character name in Heroes? Because I can't remember. It's almost on the tip of my tongue. But she was also in Until Dawn. You remember the game?
Oh yeah.
She played kind of like herself, obviously,
Claire.
in that.
Was she Claire? That's
I
boring.
think she sounded like she was Claire. Yeah, Claire. By the way, welcome in, Son of Rachel. I'm not ignoring you, but
and thank you for the
thank
sub.
you.
Much
Thanks
appreciated.
so much. But we suddenly got off to the races with this. But yeah, and there's a bit where she goes upstairs in Until Dawn to like run a bath and get into a bath and.
Oh yeah, you were willing the towel off, weren't you?
Yeah. Why not? But like, what's the point of having that section if you're not like? That's her whole point of her being there. Claire Bennett. Yeah, because her dad's like Mr. Bennett. I remember it. Doesn't he have powers as well?
Horn-rimmed glasses guy.
He's the horn-rimmed glasses man.
I don't think he has powers, but I think
he's in it though. Because this is all sins of the fathers, right? Because all of their parents were also involved. I think Peter Petrelli's parents.
I mean, I never actually finished the Heroes because it got.
Did we all like Heroes in this room? Everybody. I mean,
everyone loved season 1 of Heroes, like
that's
universally worldwide.
Listen,
and then they didn't after that.
They didn't. This is a great example of what I say a lot of stuff about series is that just like sometimes someone's got a great idea, but their great idea only extends for season 1.
Yeah,
and it's so perfect.
There was a lot of that in this country in the 2000s of an American series being the biggest fucking thing in the world for the first series and then just dying off.
Didn't know where to go.
As people got people just got bored of it.
The strike
and moved
did
on
happen
to the next thing, but that didn't happen until season 3.
Do you know the first season was so tight, and I think at one point Hero goes to the future and he sees something, or the whole thing is really tight. Like all the stuff they learn about the foreshadowing is kind of very Babylon 5 in a way. It's very kind of just like.
Speaking of which, Babylon 5 getting a full season Blu-ray release announced today.
Love it. That means I love it. I want that then. But yeah, it
means you can replace your scratched DVDs
that I borrowed off my brother. Yeah, but it just feels like it's very portentous in Heroes, and it's really smart and cool and likable. I loved it. I loved everything about it. It was really cool. She's married, or was, to Vladimir Klitschko. Is he a boxer?
Yes.
Oh my god.
So there you go.
And we are a pair of Wimbledon going cunts. Was that what you said? Kent, Harley, I think that's what you said.
It's facts, yeah.
Season 1 is one of the best opening seasons of TV I've ever had a pleasure enjoying it, and the following seasons were so torturous because of it. I went to New York. I did. Just after
Hiro Nakamura stood in Times Square going, Yatta!
Yeah, and there's a photo of me doing it, unsurprisingly.
Is there? Nice.
Somewhere I'm like, I had to recreate that. And I think my girlfriend at the time was like, why? And I'm like, because it's like.
Because reasons.
Also,
you're dumped. How dare you question me?
Yeah, the rest of that visit was really awkward after that. But there you go. But I made the right decision.
Really fun as you did shit on your own, like buying Peter Petrelli mugs.
And then I bought the mug, and that's why, that's what I was about to say. I bought the it's Nathan Petrelli. Nathan Petrelli for Congress mug, which I bought off the back of watching it and going to New York. So yeah, I bloody loved it. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it's like first, second, third episodes of that. It was so clever. Everything about it was so beautifully interlinked. I was like, oh my god, this is amazing.
It was really good. Yeah. Similarly, Lost had that kind of that following.
Right, yeah.
Especially because it was on Channel 4. Weren't both of these on Channel 4, actually, here? Is that why it was so big? Because it was on free to air. Oh, it might have been on the BBC, actually. Here it was probably on BBC too. But yeah, those TV series that just catch fire here, or did, and then fizzle out again.
What did someone did ask, I don't know if it was Harmstone, said, what would be our hero's power? What would be our power? What was Peter Petrelli's power? Was he like Rogue and he could take anybody else's power?
Yes.
See, I quite like that. But...
I mean, that kind of works, but that involves you having to see other people.
you were reliant on somebody else. And obviously, if in a world where that exists, that's fine. But if you're the only one, I've always been a fan of telekinesis. I just always love that sort of concept.
I would like teleportation. I think teleportation would just radically change my life. More so than anything else.
I just love the idea of... I just love the slickness of just like throwing stuff around, bringing things to it. And also you can kind of just like also telekinesis yourself and stuff and blah, blah, blah.
Okay, well, while you're busy tossing coasters, I'll teleport myself into the front row of a Bears game. Seems better to me.
Well, listen, if that's the way you want to use your power, just for selfish reasons.
What am I going to telekinesis? Like,
shit, cool stuff.
I'll just get fat because I'll never get up again.
Harley Heroes podcast when they had to never him because he was too overpowered. Never nerf him. They had to nerf him because he was too overpowered and made the peril redundant. Yeah. Maybe they didn't really know. And didn't the guy who was like the guy who, I wasn't going to say Siler. It was the Indian guy who was researching it. Didn't he get powers at one point because he took some sort of potion or some shit? I mean, I would also be selfish with teleportation.
Yeah,
I just want to pick up big fucking things and throw them at enemies and shit.
What else would you do with teleportation other than be selfish with it?
Fucking, what you want to do is teleport behind someone and punch them in the back of the head. That's what,
and then teleport away again.
Yeah. A bit like Nightcrawler. Mahinda. He turned into a fly? Fuck me, I really did give up on that fucking series. When did that happen? I think that was a point where I stopped.
Because I don't remember him getting powers at all, so that must have not happened early.
Was that season 3? I feel like season 3.
Who the fuck knows?
The biggest series, Whiplash, is 24. The first season was fine. Then 9/11 happened, and season 2 opened with Jack Bauer shooting the guy through the skull in his office, then hacksawing his head off while yelling, "You've got to get your hands dirty in this job."
Oh, mate, I loved every season of 24.
Is that a verbatim quote?
Even the shit ones.
When you say the first season was fine, I thought the first season was amazing. And I've come to a conclusion now that myself and Dr. Fruitbat might not always share the same views. But when Dr. Fruitbat first came out, when 24 first came out, everyone was talking about it. I just thought it was so iconic and so slick.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I didn't actually catch it until the third series, but that hooked me, and then I went back and watched the first two, and I totally got
that first one where, like, you know, I'm trying to remember who the bad guy is on that, and I can it's almost on the tip of my tongue, but like it's all set around.
His wife is the main bad guy in the first series.
Yeah, that's right. Fine, as in it was basically sane. I see. Like it. Oh, on a scale of what the fuck is going on to like, yeah, okay.
Tell me where the bomb is.
Tell me where the bomb is. Kiefer Sutherland is unhinged, and doesn't he? Who's that mate? His mate is like Tony or something like that.
Yeah, Tony Almeida.
And like their CTU kind of fucking phone rings. People in their millions change their phone to that.
CTU Bauer.
Go for Bauer. He doesn't say that.
CTU, this is Chloe.
Shut up, Chloe.
Fucking Chloe.
But yeah, that was the California primary. That's another good example of a great first episode where it's like David Palmer. Is it David Palmer was the presidential candidate, California presidential primary. He's going to go in. They've got to protect him. They think someone's... And it's this Russian terrorist who wants to fucking blow up Palmer because he doesn't like him very much for other things he's done.
Yeah, was that the first season?
This is a show about TV shows, by the way. I hope you're enjoying it. Do chip in.
Is it at the end of the first season where, and it could be based on what Dr. Fruitbat said. At the end of the first season, David Palmer is poisoned by the woman shaking his hand. Yeah, shakes hands. And then they open the next season. And they're just like, yeah, this happened. He's fine.
Yeah. I remember that.
Like, seriously?
She kind of peels this thing off. She's shaking hands, and then she peels it off, and like.
And he's like there, like spazzing out on the floor, and like, oh man, this guy's probably dead. And then they cut to the next season. He's fine. Right. That was excellent setup there, guys. Good work. Somebody probably got fired.
It's the guy who... What is his name? Oh, God, it's really annoying me, but he's like a bad guy in Blue Velvet as well, who plays the... He's quite a famous actor, and I can't remember the fucking guy's name, but he plays the Russian in Series 1. Please tell me who he is, because it's fucking driving me up the wall.
There you go.
But yeah, so many good things. But like... Also, I quite like the idea of the power of flight. I'd like to fly around.
That's quite cool.
I think that would be good.
But yeah, good TV talk.
Good TV talk. Boom.
Should we do their haps now?
Yes, let's look.
Hap from Dr. Fruitbat. things are moving. I should be a homeowner by the end of the month. At last.
At last. That's really good. Congratulations. And you can get a TV and a cushion, as all good DGMS watchers should.
They're still available. I need to move them to a DGMS store, but
good idea.
I'll work on that. Hat from Harmstone, we have a Survivor trailer, and it doesn't look shit.
Doesn't look shit?
Yeah.
Survivor, I thought it was going to be Survivor Series. I'm like, that sounds exciting.
The Survivor Series is in Chicago. They announced that this month.
By the way, I got a message from my nephew, that being Tom, saying, you know that guy in the Mountain Dew match is now massively over, he sent to me, and he's talking about LA Knight.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
he is super over.
And like, he sent me a clip. LA Knight came out and did this thing, said a bunch of stuff, and he went, yeah, and everyone said it. I went, what the fuck is happening?
He's been doing that for years, though, and it was over then, like in Impact Wrestling, and all of a sudden, like, people just forgot how good he was. And then, yeah, he also used to add dummy into that. And so he would basically just call people dummy and then go, yeah, you're a dummy, yeah, and then it just descended into him just going dummy, yeah, over and over again, and people were just all over it. I'm like, he's saying dummy, yeah. The fuck is this? But yeah. Let me talk to you. He's great. I do like him. Hat from Keris got a new job.
That's amazing. What job have you got? Is it not in teaching anymore?
It is in teaching, but it's a little bit less teaching and more doing the overarching tech stuff of the school and
less teaching, money up. That's amazing. Money up, teaching down.
Of course, the money's up. She's got a Jez to support.
Of course. I mean, I would have presumed that it was. I just wanted to make sure that's clear, to clarify that.
Yeah, sitting on my ass isn't free, you know.
No.
Someone's got to pay for it.
Someone's got to pay for these Wimbledon tickets.
It's Keris, yeah.
It is Overlord of the Universe. Nice. Good work. Congratulations.
Yeah. And now, after months and months and months of stress getting to this point, we can stop doing the stress now, and it'll be great.
That is good.
Yeah.
She has to keep Jez in the manner he's accustomed to.
And that is fat.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Hat from Tamsin. I bought some hair mascara.
That sounds interesting. Is that not just like
dye?
Just saying dye.
Dye. Yeah. I don't understand this hair mascara. Or is it just like flashy colours to put a little like flash of something in your hair?
Maybe. You kind of go shonk.
Cool. Yeah.
Explain yourself, Tamsin.
Yeah. Fucking vague haps. What is this?
Because you can do coloured streaks. Oh.
I think Jeremy should get some hair mascara. Okay.
How would that work?
Buy it then, why?
His hair's too dark to reveal a hair mascara, I'd imagine.
I did try to dye my hair once, and much as you're alluding to, it didn't really do very much.
I was considering dyeing my hair, actually.
Tint.
But everyone I speak to about it says that I shouldn't, and they are probably right. But it's just, listen. Just,
dye your beard.
I was thinking about dyeing the beard.
That'd be cool, just like purple.
I was just thinking its natural colour, but yes, you can get white or yellow. If you got white...
I wouldn't get white because my hair is naturally going that way as it is, and I'm trying to avoid that.
Let's bleach your head. Man, everyone's obsessed with wanting to do stuff to your hair. It's probably because I don't have anything to do with it. It had to be you.
If you want to bleach my hair and do it a wacky colour for the summer, I don't care. I never used to be able to do that because I worked in education. And
now, who gives a fuck?
Who gives a fuck?
It's probably expected of you, running as you do a kind of Japanese import manga anime store with loads of fucking crazy shit. I'm surprised you don't walk around with a fucking...
Spike it right up and dye it green, yeah.
Wear a fucking Naruto thing with a massive crazy spiky hairstyle.
I mean, there's also the point that I don't do anything to do with anime and all that kind of stuff.
I mean, I'm just kind of like in that, I perceive to be that realm. But...
Might be slightly racist, but anyway, we'll persevere now that we know what hair mascara is, and thank you for your explanation. This was interesting. Nat from Keris. People vaping on the front row of a reception class sports day.
What, the kids?
Yes. No. The parents in the, crowd, as it were. Like
A vaping.
sat in the front row vaping, and it like wafting back through the the rows of other parents.
God.
And yeah.
No.
This was moments after I overheard them complaining that another school's sixth form had a section off to the side for the sixth formers to go and smoke/vape at their prom, and they were complaining about that. I'm like, which is a reasonable complaint, but if you're complaining about that, perhaps you shouldn't then be vaping around 5-year-olds. That seems like a really stupid.
Remove the
thing to
vape
do.
from your own eye before you complain about someone else's. Is that the Bible reference? Take the vape out of your own mouth before you complain about someone else's vape.
That is, I think that was like Dickheads 13, chapter 2, or something like that.
Confiscated the capes from them. I like the vapes, not capes. These fucking capes. Get out of this.
So yeah, that was.
Barbenheimer is only 3 days away. I will get to that.
Oh, we didn't read quick enough. Nap from Tamsin.
I fucked up the hair mascara. Looked like I was going to a carnival. I mean,
The mascara giveth, and the mascara taketh away.
picture it didn't happen.
But mostly giveth.
I want to
Weird
see. I want to see.
colours.
Okay, I admit it. Oh, it was a hat, or it was his resubscribe.
Yes.
You're a pair of Wimbledon attending cunts. We are Kents and cunts.
Hmm.
Barbenheimer is only 3 days away, so I presume you're referring to Oppenheimer, the new Christopher Nolan
It does look good.
film. But why you've changed that name suggests you know something, and it's a reference to something that I have not got. So,
As is often the case when Harley talks about movie stuff. Yeah.
Oh, Barbie.
Oh, yeah.
Don't want to be having an existential crisis after Oppenheimer ruining Barbie.
How is Oppenheimer ruining Barbie? Yeah, this has definitely gone over our heads.
Maybe he really likes Barbie.
Maybe. Or is
Are you seeing them both together?
As it comes out the same day, and people are like, how can you have a masterpiece like Oppenheimer coming out the same day as trash like Barbie? And yeah.
Because, stuff comes out, yo.
That's how that works. Yeah. What was I going to say? Oppenheimer. I considered breaking my I don't go to the cinema to watch anything rule to watch it, because it seems like something that's probably going to be better in the cinema.
Here's the thing about, we haven't really spoken about so much, is that you are right about, we can just watch it at home. It's just like the practicalities versus the kind of just going and doing a thing, whatever that thing might be, And sometimes I just like to go and do a thing. But I would probably just go and, if you want to go and see it, I'll go and see it. But I do feel like the cinema, and I don't know what Harley thinks about this, but is the cinema really worth going to, Harley? Or can we just watch things on our own TVs, which are huge now, with beautiful sound bars and other fucking surround sounds? Like, with the systems and technology we have, are cinemas redundant now? Is there any point to cinemas?
Sure. Answers on a very, very small postcard that only has room for the word no. Yeah. But yeah, I'll go to the cinema, especially if it's that posh cinema where you can drink wine that you go to.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I'll have some wine while I watch it. So
I love a double feature. I love a kind of going to I love the Prince Charles Cinema in Leicester Square, where they'll put on things like Lost Boys. I went to see Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and old films, people going to see it together. I really like that sort of idea as a big group thing. And I like kind of like they do this big 5 John Hughes thing. So like that'll be like, Breakfast Club and Pretty in Pink and Some Kind of Wonderful and all that sort of good stuff. And like and I like that idea. But for cinemas near us, as I was saying the other day, you kind of either pay 15 quid for a beautiful place where you can have wine and it looks wonderful, or you pay 6 quid for somewhere where the audio's fucked, or you pay 10 quid for somewhere soulless like Cineworld. So it's either, top level, beautiful, expensive, bottom level, what did they say? Or it's middle pin.
I'm usually happy with, middle of the road soulless Cineworld, to be honest.
And I probably would be as well.
Especially because they're going out of business and they could probably do with the extra tenner.
I've never been to IMAX. Perhaps we should see Oppenheimer in IMAX.
Where is IMAX?
There's one at Ashford.
Okay.
I've never been to an
IMAX. Can I
IMAX.
drink wine there?
I don't know.
Then fuck that.
We could take our own wine in.
I mean, we also have to work out how to get to the place with the
Both of us
the wine because one of us would need to drive, so that doesn't really work. But
Oppenheimax. I mean there it is. There it is. That was
I think we'll do the fist bump, but it's for Harmstone really.
Boom. Yeah. Everyone's down for Barbie, and then I lost what the rest of Fruit Bat said, unfortunately.
And it's gone now. Hello, Ali. Welcome in.
Welcome in, Ali. We're talking about cinemas.
I'm going to segue back to a previous topic and say that Sports Day today was hack.
Yes.
My daughter did very well and placed in the top 3 in every single competition.
Man, that's amazing.
Which, as a sports enthusiast, pleased me.
That is really good.
She came first 3 times, second.
First 3 times. What was she first in?
Egg and spoon.
That's good.
Put a weird ring on your head and run. And something else. Hurdles, probably. Yeah, hurdles. So she's already surpassed me in that she can jump over a hurdle without falling over and breaking a bone. Good job.
I once came first. I said this before when I was in, I don't know, I feel like I was in class 5 or class 6, so almost the end of primary school, and I came first in the obstacle race, having trained with my brother down the park. It was like
chasing a chicken.
He basically was telling me, "You got to do this. This is how you do this. This is how you do the top all in." A lot of people will try and kind of make their way through. Got to push that, like, throw it over your head. He told me all the tips for how to do literally everything, and I took them all on, and I came first in the obstacle race.
Nice.
And just as I came first, just a couple of paces behind me, I used to know his name really well. I think I've said this before on a previous DGMS, but Lee. Oh God, what's his surname? That guy.
Lee Vitaut.
Lee came second in the obstacle race. Came second, and they were like, "Oh, we think you both crossed at the same time, so we'll say that you both won." And I'm like,
"Fuck off!"
No, right?
I won.
I obviously won, and you get a little thing with a 1 on it, and I never won any of those. I'm not super sporty in that regard. I'm definitely not runny. If this was a straight out 100-meter dash, I'd be nowhere. But because it was something I could kind of like reason out or puzzle out, I fucking succeeded. So it was the only time I was so pleased, and I was like, I've never forgotten it. Yeah, what's interesting, and I suppose if we're going to take anything away from this, is the stuff you do as a child, it never really leaves you. Some of this stuff will remain, so this thing may well remain.
Positive or negative.
You know what I mean? These things stay with you. Because you remember the time when I got pissed off with my teacher in class 7 and went and told her about it when I saw her. Now she's dead. So, welcome in, Ali. I'm very smart because I bought this shirt not so long ago, and I just really love it, and it's often washed and ready, so it gets used a lot on this, basically. And when are the Thursdays coming back? I don't know. Somebody else asked about the Thursdays the other day. I really don't know what to do about the Thursdays at the moment because I've got so much shit to do. But they might come back. I don't know if they do come back, they might come back as a once-a-month thing. And we'll all just get together.
Ease into it, you know?
I do, yeah. Yeah, I do want to ease into it. So maybe we'll see how that goes. But glad to see you're here. Yeah, so... don't know what. Yes, so I'm well impressed that Hannah was so good at the.
And I got lots of lovely photos that I expertly took of her looking really intense on the starting line, just like in the zone.
That's
ready
good. That's important.
Win. Yeah, she was really good. So I'm a proud papa.
There was a photo finish for one of Hannah's races. They still declared winners, even though it was really was both of them at the same time. Like they didn't do photo finish for us because like the concept of that would be like completely beyond them at that point, you know.
Yeah, I mean that's the race that I think she got second in, and it could have gone either way really. Why have you been doing Sports Day, Jez? I haven't been doing Sports Day, Ali, because I'm
an adult,
30 something. My daughter has been doing Sports Day.
Yeah. Oh my God, Sports Day, total shit unless that one time I won.
Really good at it.
Yeah. When I went to the Harvey, I was never involved in any of the sports day things. It was just a reason for us to sit around while other people did the sports.
That was the thing. I never
watched a single sports thing.
The best thing for me when I was a child at Sports Day was taking your chair from the classroom outside and seeing how far you could make the legs dig into the ground by just going like that constantly. And the older you got, the better you got at it. So by year 6, I managed to get like that much of it into the ground. And then you're like, pulling it out again at the end. That was the best bit about sports day.
Didn't take part in the dad's race, Jez?
I did not take part in the dad's race.
Was there a dad's race?
There was a dad's race, yes, yeah. But as I'm still recovering from yet another illness, which is my nap, I was ill twice in a week with 2 completely different things. Luckily, I had a gap in the middle to go to Wimbledon. That was very helpful. But yeah, still a bit breathless, so I did not take part. And I don't like to take part in anything that I cannot reasonably win, so...
My mum always used to make me bring all the eggs home from the egg and spoon race for the breakfast the next day. Clever, forward-thinking from Ali's mum. Our ones were made out of big fucking chalky rocks. They weren't real eggs. They were just like...
Yeah, Hannah had like rubber ones or something.
A solid thing.
They bounced they bounced on grass. That's how rubbery they were.
The Vapey Prick did the dad's race and took it way too seriously.
He did indeed, yeah. He threatened to trip over one of the other dads who only has one arm. And he's like, I'm going to trip you over if you overtake me, mate. I'm like, right, yeah.
Jesus Christ. Fuck me. What's wrong with people? See, I was saying to Aletha just yesterday that I think fucking people, man. All the time I wasn't on social media, I didn't know people were such cunts as they really are. But now we have it. It's like exposed to everybody. Don't lie. They wouldn't let you race because of your fuck shed store vest.
I mean, that was neither here nor there, really, Harley. I'd already made the decision. The fuck shed store vest was just a bonus.
What's next? Kids doing graduations from primary school.
That's a suggestion for something to put in the scene.
We'll get to that. I thought that was a nap.
But we're at the top. That is the end of the haps and naps. I've covered all of my haps and naps. Have you got anything to add?
No, I don't.
No. Well, nice segment then.
Cool, good segment.
Excellent.
I think I might go and get some wine because I really want to drink some.
Okay.
Are we going to do a viral?
We are, yeah. So if I prepare to set that up, and you can go and get some wine, and you can sit here enjoying it as I regale you with a story. So here we go. We're moving on to another segment. It's the segment that we like to call Going Viral. Here he comes to wine the day. Now I want wine. Yeah, me too, but I'm not healthy enough. And I will regress myself. Now, you may remember a few weeks ago the first world problem that the man, the many men, the people of Winchester had with their puddle. And yeah. So just when you thought that things couldn't get any more kind of first world problemy, or like we're really scraping the barrel for stories, strap in. Here's this one.
Here's a story for you.
Breaking news. Armband reunited with family after 35 years lost at sea.
Oh, man.
This from the Guernsey Press. They obviously didn't have anything else to do. A permanent marker and a fishing boat has led to one family solving a 35-year-old mystery. Darren de Jersey, that apparently is his real name, not a description, lost an inflatable armband when he was around 5 years old on one of his numerous trips to the sea with his family, and he thought he would never see it again.
I bet he didn't give a single fuck whether he was going to see it again or not.
Now 40, he was proved wrong last month when Damien Albin dredged it from the bottom of St. Peter Port Harbour on a fishing boat.
The lead singer of Blur, Damon Albarn.
Damien.
Oh, maybe they misspelled it.
Does he live in Guernsey?
Maybe.
Does he dredge?
He was from home counties, I think.
I mean, it's a big area, the home counties.
I can't remember exactly where he is.
Yeah. Dredged it from the bottom of St. Peter Port Harbour on a fishing boat, spotting the fluorescent orange armband with Darren's name written across it.
Man, that permanent marker really was permanent.
The clue's in the name, Alex.
Permanent.
Mr. De Jersey's mum, Suzanne Lucas, was notified of the discovery through her daughter-in-law's sister's boyfriend.
Jesus, shut up.
His dog's vet. His cousin. Doesn't say that. But it does say daughter-in-law, sister's boyfriend, which is just as tenuous.
No.
Who Mr. Albin had notified, and was amazed when she saw the picture while on holiday.
I see.
Quote, Sean knows the family, so he got in contact to see if it was ours. I only had to take one look to know it was my handwriting.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, you probably would have written in block capitals, and then it looks like anybody's fucking writing, but anyway.
What an amazing marker pen that must be.
No, this isn't real.
It says it.
Is it? No.
What an amazing marker pen that must be, said Mrs. Lucas. I'm not entirely sure where we lost it, but I think it must have been
in the sea.
La Urie, or some appropriately pronounced place in Guernsey that sounds a bit French. That was pretty much the only beach we'd go to, as I live just across the road. Doxing herself in the Guernsey press, obviously. It must have been taken by the tide.
Yeah! It wasn't taken by the beach, was it? You don't get longshore sand. The sand doesn't move about? Or maybe it does.
But wait, Alex, it gets even better.
No. Just so I say, was it stolen by a seal for fun sex acts, Jeremy? Maybe.
Maybe we'll finally get the answer.
Maybe it's a seal's cock ring, inflatable.
As to how a seal masturbates.
Just slides that shit right on there.
Mr. Albin found that it was still working, and he was able to blow it up from the valve.
I wouldn't have done that. It's been in the sea for 35 years.
Mrs. Lucas said she wanted to frame it and give it to her son as a present.
That's kind of funny.
But he had declined the offer. AKA, he didn't really give a fuck about any of this.
I'm gonna frame it for you.
Quite rationally and normally.
Do you know what? From my point of view, from my mum's point of view, it's quite a fun little thing to say, by the way, you know this thing, isn't this funny? I'll frame it and give it to you. Imagine you're like, yeah, all right, mum, I don't give a shit.
It's a bit silly.
You know we have fucking, PlayStations now. This is bullshit. Who gives a fuck? The most exciting thing to happen in Guernsey, at least in a decade, now that fucking Bergerac doesn't live there and people get murdered. Was that them or was that Jersey? No, that was Jersey. Oh, shit.
Jersey, Guernsey.
Jersey, people were getting killed all the time in Jersey.
What's the difference?
John Nettles hanging around that place.
Do you have to go stupidly slow in Guernsey like you do in Jersey?
I honestly don't know.
It's like 10 mile an hour limit or something.
Don't they have motocross across there, or is that...
That's the Isle of Man.
One of these. See, I don't know where...
The Isle of Man TT, where at least 2 people die every year.
Do you know, I literally have no understanding of where...
What year is it?
Of where any of these places are.
They're all islands, and we don't live on them.
I've never been to any of these little islands. I've never been to Guernsey, Jersey, Isle of Wight, Isle of Man, Isle of Dogs, I Love Lucy.
I've been to the Isle of Wight, and on the day that I went to the Isle of Wight, they decided to crash the ferry, and I got stuck on the Isle of Wight.
Shit me.
Yeah.
I've never been to any of these places. I don't know where they are. In my head, Jersey and Guernsey are south of England, southwest of England.
I don't know where Guernsey is.
Where the fuck are these places?
Jersey's near France.
Where are these places? Between France and us. Are they between France and us? I honestly couldn't tell you.
I don't know where Guernsey is.
I literally don't give a shit.
Yeah. The Isle of Man is up north near the island of Sodor.
Okay.
Just off the west coast of England.
I don't know where... Bloodlight. That's good. So you're telling me that this big news story they're running is that when someone was a kid, they lost an inflatable armband, and then it went in the sea forever, and because it never biodegraded, it just kind of wandered around, and eventually someone trawled it up, and then they reunited it with someone.
That is exactly what I'm telling you, and there's even a moral to the story.
Go for it.
She added that while it was an interesting discovery, there was a sadder undertone to the find. It just shows how long plastic can stay around, she said.
No shit. Well, that is certainly true. And Damon Albarn was the one that brought it all back together.
There you go. He obviously hasn't got much to do anymore.
No, he's just going around dredging. I didn't know he was a fisherman.
And here you go, a special gift just for you, Alex. Here is what's her name again? Mrs. De Jersey.
Mrs. De Jersey. I mean, that is quite funny.
It's got Darren's name on it, look.
This is what passes for entertainment in Guernsey.
Yeah.
Honestly. That's a kind of get in the sea, because it was in the sea, and viral at the same time.
Yeah.
Floating around.
Being a flotation device.
Yes.
Floating around, serving its purpose.
Just stayed around forever. These guys, I just don't even know what to say. A good segment.
Yeah, absolutely good segment. I was quite happy with that one.
Is that that was the only viral we had, yeah?
Well, I've got another one.
You want to save it?
How are we feeling for
we're
time?
We're up to 9 now, and I think if we do confessions and get in the sea, we're going to be on it anyway. So, like,
I mean, I will say that the other viral I've got is slightly topical based on what we've been talking about already today.
Oh, you better do it then.
Okay.
We can always do that and wipe out confession.
We'll see how we get on.
See how
I'm sure
we go.
we'll have time for it all.
We go.
Right.
I'm going to get some more wine.
Do it.
Find out.
Breaking news. Woman in disbelief after seeing squirrel vaping in tree.
Woman in disbelief when husband doesn't do washing up.
It's also from the Guernsey, but it's not. There's some excellent puns, though.
Oh, really?
A passerby thought that she was going nuts after she spotted a squirrel using a vape stick. Sammy Barkett was left shocked when she saw the squirrel, who was holding onto the vape, in a tree. The 33-year-old of Wallasey Wirral, I assume that's the onlooker, not the squirrel, had taken her 3-year-old nephew, Leo, to a nearby park in Merseyside when she noticed something strange. She said, "I was in the park with my nephew playing on the swings, and we were watching a couple of squirrels playing and running around the trees."
She doesn't sound like she's from Merseyside.
No.
She sounds like she's from Oxford.
I was in the park.
That's right. I was in the fucking park.
I was in the park playing with my nephew on the swings. We were watching a couple of squirrels playing and running around trees. I've gone a bit northern now. Don't know what's happening.
This is amazing.
Had a drink or something.
This is... It's getting higher and higher and higher.
Anyway, here's Brookside. I spotted one on the ground eating something, which at first I thought was a giant red pepper. As I got closer, I thought I was going nuts. Excuse the pun.
Shut up.
The squirrel then ran up the tree with a bright red vape and sat on a branch with it between his feet, suckling on the end of it. I was so shocked and was concerned for the squirrel, as I thought several tokes of the vape might make him sick.
Who gives a fuck? But yeah, you're probably right.
We sat and watched him for a few minutes until he climbed further up the tree with the vape still in hand. I couldn't believe my eyes. There he was, vaping away. He turns and looks at some random scouse bird looking at him. He's like, what the fuck are you looking at? Get up the tree a bit further so this twat can't see me.
Fucking even the squirrels in Liverpool have fucking got a cigarette in hand. Everyone loving your Scouse accent there. Hashtag Scouse Jez for hope. Petition for Scouse Jez to become a recurring character. Well, maybe it will. Hey, listen, if you find some Scouse stories or anything Scouse that needs to be read out, just send it to us and then you'll get your wish. That's how you do it.
Yeah, or even if it's not Scouse, you can just tell me it's Scouse. And
yeah, just say it happen and just find anything you want him to read and just change the location to fucking Liverpool.
Or even vaguely in the north. I can't do any of the other accents, so I'll just do the Liverpool one badly, and there you go.
It is fun to do when you can get onto it, but it's quite hard to do. Like Newcastle is quite hard to do as well. All these guys in the north, they're quite difficult to do.
They're like, they live 10 minutes apart, but they all sound different. What the fuck, North? What the fuck is wrong with you? Anyway, here's a picture of a vaping squirrel.
I mean, I can't really see that, but can you guys see that?
Sucking away.
Is it actually got a vape on him there?
He has. It's the red thing.
Oh, yeah. Fuck me. Yeah. This is good viral, though.
Such good viral.
You love squirrels.
I do love squirrels.
Squirrels are your jam.
Yeah.
Is there going to be a little squirrel emoji with a vape?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Get Karis on it. She
get a vape in there.
Adapt the old Jez Show squirrel and put a vape in its hand, and we'll give it away as an emote for subscribers to DGMS Live.
Poor little guy's an addict. What is it? Oh, by the way, great stuff, by the way.
Thank you.
What is it with vaping Because I think, and hear me out on this, I think vaping is for cunts. I don't know if I've told you this before, but it might have come up. But I think vaping is for cunts, and I don't understand why people are doing it. I really don't get it. I don't understand it in the slightest. So,
I mean, the idea of it at first was to help people
get over
transitions from smoking into something that wasn't going to, give them cancer. But then, as it turns out, vaping also gives you cancer, and at the same time will give you horrible cysts a lot quicker than the cancer will kill you from smoking. And so now people are, instead of smoking, they're vaping. They're still inconveniencing everybody else. They still look like pricks, and they're still going to die young. So, yeah.
I got a friend of mine. Oh, Tamsin did it. Well, that just goes to prove my point, if anything. But when I was at Breaks, there was a guy there who had a vape, and he said he's got a cabinet at home where he keeps all his vapes. So he's got like a glass cabinet, right? And this is my point. He's got a glass cabinet. He's got so many vapes.
They're not fucking Russian dolls, mate. You're
right?
not collecting them. Go and get some royal plates instead, or some other shit.
Which vape shall I use today? And he opens up his glass cabinet and selects the C-3PO one and just fucking... Honestly.
Wanker.
It just looks like such a cunty thing to do. Look at yourself. Look at what you're doing. Just stop doing it. Just stop doing it. I just don't... Oh my God. Who'd have thought vaping mystery fluids would be bad for you?
Yeah.
Do you know, Harmstone, that went over my head, but I'm loving reading it in my head. People don't collect them, and it's weird as fuck. This guy he had a C-3PO one. Because, C-3PO's, and he had one that looked like a lightsaber. He's quite into Star Wars and vaping, so it was a good crossover for him.
Double cunt.
But I just don't get it. It is and like the story you had earlier about the guys vaping and like blowing a smoke. I'm just like, what do you think you're doing? Because I remember one time me and Captain Brilliant went to see part of the Advent calendar, the Living Advent calendar in Folkestone, and there was a vape shop opposite. The vape shop, like fucking.
There was a vape shop on every corner for a little while, wasn't there?
Vape shop is just like this terrible. Like I need
usually next to those places where you put your feet in a pool and the fish eat your skin.
Yeah. That's right, yeah.
It was around the same
And then you
period.
can transfer diseases between them, said somebody to me once. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to put my fucking feet in it. What is going on with the world? It's going crazy. If you ever need to find 6 cunts next to each other, go to a vape shop. And then go next door to the money laundering, fish-eating place.
Different kind of fish shop than we're used to. But
honestly.
Yeah. There you go. That was going
vaping.
viral.
Can someone just tell people? Do you know?
He's on his soapbox.
I just can't. I'm so sorry. I just can't.
I think we might be segueing straight into the sea.
No, but
we haven't put vaping in the sea, have we?
Oh, we fucking should. We really fucking should. By the way, I have to say this before I forget.
Okay.
Talking about, I don't know, I'm meant to say this, but I hit a pigeon with my car.
Yeah! I mean, it's not a seagull, but it's a good start. I hit a pigeon with my car, actually.
I didn't realise.
Slow down. Yeah.
But the thing was, I think it got away, but it was just when I went to get the Pepsi, I went round, I was driving along the road, and this pigeon was like walking in the road, and I'm like, mate, I am driving, I ain't slowing down for you. And it just waddled a little bit further, and then I lost sight of it because I was too far forward, and it went like, it's underneath my bonnet, and it didn't go, but I did hear an audible tonk on what I would envision being either my light or my bumper, and then I saw it kind of fly away. So it kind of like, I lost sight of it, and then I heard donk, like I just kind of donked like that, and it just went, it kind of flew out of vision, and I was just like...
Mine was far less sinister. I was just driving, and it like dive-bombed the road, and just went off the front of my bumper, and then just kept flying in a kind of drunken way.
Like, mate, you get it, like, listen. Oh man, poor Pidgey. Listen, I'm either going to bonk it with my car, or bonk it with a fucking Pokeball, one way or another.
Either way, he's going to bonk a pigeon.
He's going to bonk a pigeon. Bonk the pigeon.
That's how he rolls.
Yeah.
Okay, right, so... while we put a pin in your rant...
I thought you were going for a bonk like that.
I'll definitely go for another bonk. I like to bonk.
For a pigeon?
We will unpin your rant on vaping as we segue into the segment called Get in the Seg. C.
Won't you come with me? Gonna eat it in the sea. Won't you come with me? Gonna throw it in with glee. If you really, really hate it and you love to desecrate it, won't you come along with me and put it in the sea?
I've never done it. I'm just watching hypnotically as our avatars sway back and forth. This is a segment we like to call Get in the Sea, where you and I, why am I pointing? You and us, we and you will put things in the... Oh, I think I've covered everybody. We'll put things in the sea.
Like this.
Sploosh! If we don't like it, it's going in the sea.
Now then, vaping.
Let's put it in the sea.
Mm.
I think I've said enough on this.
I think you have too.
What I was going to say about the one with the guy when we went to the Living Advent Calendar, the inside of the vape shop was hard to see into because of all the vape that was in there. And I'm like, oh, Jesus. And then this guy came out and he vaped outside and he poured it all into his mouth like this. And then he just went like that. And this massive, like, steam dragony kind of like came out. And I just thought, whose benefit is this for, mate? Because it's only meant to be for ours. We're meant to turn around and look at you and go, oh, shit me.
How cool
Vaping is so cool. When all I could think of was, oh, mate, give it a rest. Stop doing things. Stop showing. You think this is what's going to show off? You think this is showing off? Taking in smoke and blowing it back out again. Or vape. It's vapor, I suppose. I never really thought about that.
Cunts.
It's always refreshing to be reminded that Alex thinks I'm a cunt, though. Well, you know.
I mean, sometimes, Tamsin, you just have to be the exception that proves the rule. Mm-hmm. And in this case, you absolutely are.
Do you still vape, though, Tamsin, or did you use it as a means to an end, and now?
Yeah. I mean, you used it for its actual purpose.
I stand by my decision, but I would say that Tamsin actually, much as I do like to call Tamsin a cunt, and obviously, and so say all of us, but I do feel like she is not the person I'm trying to target here.
No.
She doesn't do it anymore, so she's definitely not a cunt. But what I mean is...
Oh, she's definitely a cunt.
Oh, yeah, no, obviously she's a cunt. For different reasons. But, like,
yeah.
For many reasons, we'll never really avoid that. But the kind of... I can't imagine Tamsin would go into a vape shop in Folkestone and then walk out of it and then just like, blow a fucking smoke ring just to show off.
Blowing rings like a dickhead.
Yeah. Cunty vapors. Quit smoking, quit vaping. They're still drinking, which is obviously very cool. Like, if you're gonna have a vice, make it a fucking good one. Yeah, at least fucking smoke.
Yeah.
Just smoking is cool.
No. What the fuck is it? Where have we gone? No.
We've seen Danny Zuko in fucking Greece. He looks fucking cool, man. Smoke. Don't fucking do this vaping shit.
No. The like vapey, like cloudy dickheads are the same as the people who smoke, but they hold their cigarette between their thumb and their finger like that, like they're some fucking badass.
Like they're James Dean.
Fuck off, you cunts.
Look what happened to him.
He's
very successful.
You're just breathing in smoke. Why is this a thing? How did this start? Fuck you all. Get in the sea. I don't know what I'm putting in the sea. Just everything.
Shit, we've gone in the sea, everybody. Always drink, kids. I could never blow vape rings. Or maybe we should all give it a go.
There are plenty of other rings that it's acceptable to blow.
Ooh. So did you just put in vaping in the sea?
Yes.
Right. What have we got on the suggestions?
Oh yeah, we've got quite a few suggestions actually. So that's.
Well, we've never checked with Palmstone to find out if vaping was already in the sea.
No.
Yeah.
There were quite a few suggestions from Discord that we didn't quite get through.
Well, I'll get to them in a moment. This one here was that we had 2 weeks ago. Anyone who posts a video with accompanying text saying "watch to the end" can fuck right off. I'm not watching any of it. And we suggested that should go in the sea because I've written C next to it. So anyone who posts a video saying "watch to the end" or "you'll never guess what happens at the end," which does sound a bit clickbaity, but that's not the same thing. So I'm going to say anyone who posts a video with saying "watch to the end" can get in the sea. Cool.
Nice.
I can throw that one away now because that one's done.
Yeah. Right, let's see what we've got here. Suggestion from Tamsin. People who wear slippers in public. How public we talking?
Out.
Like putting out the rubbish or going to the shops?
Going into Boobery Place. Walking down past Next or whatever.
Like in the winter, I will wear my slippers out to like put the bins out or just go outside or something because I don't want my feet to get cold.
Listen,
on the cold, hard concrete of Folkestone.
On the cold, hard concrete. Not just to put the bins out, not just flip-flops, not just Crocs.
Yeah, I do flip-flops now, obviously.
I'm talking actual fluffy slippers at the bus stop or in Morrison's. No No, I have to agree with her.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That just seems... What on earth do you think that sounds like you're mentally unstable.
In a similar vein, and it happened a lot while I lived in Cardiff, because it was a very studenty / dickheads who live near students kind of thing to do. Going to a supermarket in your pajamas because you live next to it.
Get dressed. Get things on.
Put actual outside things on. Or go naked. If you're going to be like that, just go naked. That would be much more acceptable than wearing pajamas.
I would enjoy that more. I saw a woman walking home from Morrison's the other day. She had done her hair in an updo, popped a pretty flower in it, put on a nice sundress, and finished the look off with fluffy white slippers.
So it's not even a laziness thing, it's a choice.
Yes.
That's even weirder.
I've seen a lot of this lately.
I am so with you. I think Alex is too.
I am.
People who wear slippers in public, C.
Put it in the sea. Get it in the sea.
And yeah, people who wear pajamas to the shops, C. That got you very wet then, did you see?
I did, yeah.
You're absolutely drenched.
Yes.
Yeah, good drenching.
Good work. Excuse me.
What else have we got?
I know there was one... Oh, there you go.
An essay from Dr. Fruitbat.
Hit us with it.
People who scan a full shop at the self-checkout, then start packing it afterwards.
Oh, fuck.
Once you've paid, you should have 10 seconds before a hatch opens and drops you and your shopping into the car park. Or the garbage. I don't care what.
You've outdone yourself. I totally agree. People who scan a full shop, I mean, I've seen people do this quite a lot recently. I've gone into... It's always actually the Tesco's down the road from me, just nearest to me. And I was in there the other day, and it was the day when Aletha and her granny and her mum had come down. And I said, can we just pop... We'd gone to Kersney Abbey, which is a nearby park. And on the way back, I said, I'll just get some Pepsi.
I think people have heard of Kersney Abbey, mate. It's fairly famous.
Oh, yeah. People know what Kersney Abbey is.
Readers know what Kersney Abbey is.
And we stopped there. I said, it'll only be a couple of minutes. And I wasn't a couple of minutes because someone in front of me had brought their entire fucking weekly shop of about 50 different fucking items.
Seems to be a Tesco tradition for you. You should probably stop going to that Tesco.
It's so close to me. But yeah, and they put like 50 items all stacked precariously up. And they were painstakingly going through it. And I'm like, oh, I've wasted my life. And even just today, I had another one where the woman with the chocolate buttons, I was telling Jeremy just before we did this, that I went down there. We went to get some Pepsi really quickly because I didn't have any for him. And
I need to be catered for, as we've already discussed.
That's right, I do. I want to be a good host. And I went down, and there was just someone with their kid, and they were standing there for ages trying to get this stuff done. And one thing had gone through of their like 20 things. I'm like, man.
Oh, well, I've finally got to the bottom of this now.
Yeah.
They were trying to scan their kid, and the kid doesn't have a barcode.
That's right. It didn't work. They're trying to.
Why won't he bloop? I've seen it on TV.
There's it's just terrible to have all this amount of stuff. So I'm kind of with you. I want to say people who scan a full shop at a self-checkout. By the way, remember when basket lanes were like 8 items or fewer?
Yes, and then all of the self-scans were basically basket lanes.
Yes, so if you're in a basket scan, you're still 9 items or fewer or something like that. So if you've got more than that, or significantly more than that, go fuck yourself.
Do you have the time to listen to me scan?
There's the other thing about this is that start packing it afterwards.
Yeah, I think that's the main caveat here that is even more irritating.
Why aren't you efficiently? The point of this is you put your bag there and scan into your bag. He wouldn't have a problem if you got it all done. Oh man, I'm so totally with Dr. Fruitbat.
I went to Morrison's. I may have told this story already, but I'm telling it again because it's fucking annoying. I went to Morrison's a while ago, and I went with my backpack to put things in and then carry it home. And so when I got to the self-service checkout, I put my backpack on the scale for it to, weigh
register
the backpack, and then press the, I've got my own bag thing. And it wasn't working properly to do that for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And at that point, a shop assistant person suggested I put it into my backpack afterwards. I'm like,
yeah, that's defeating.
That defeats the whole point of me doing this in the first place. If I was going to do that, I'd have just gone to an actual checkout with an actual person, Because then I could have put it in my bag straight away.
You have a magic barcode laminated credit card thing that bleeps away all our fucking worries.
Yeah.
So
just tell the weight thing to stop being a weight thing.
And we'll all be okay.
Just shop like a normal person that's trusted, not having to weigh my fucking grapes and saying, "Oh no, this grape hasn't been put on the scanner, so go fuck yourself." Yeah.
When I was down, I was saying to Jeremy just before I'd gone down to Tesco's, and there's always some sort of problem down at Tesco's because they never enough people and they on that serving, and they never really know what they're doing. And there's all the waifs and strays of people that live along that road, and
turning up in their pajamas and slippers.
Really are. And there was a young couple who were like 17, 18, or 18, 19, going on 17, and they seemed to be staring at it. And the chocolate buttons woman was having a problem because it wasn't weighing it properly. So she was waiting for assistance. And obviously these guys were waiting for assistance. And it was just like this couple, and they were having this kind of quiet domestic. And, oh, no. And they were kind of like, she was kind of saying something to her, and I didn't know what was going on. This woman finally came and helped out Chocolate Buttons woman.
Trying to scan a child.
And I thought, oh, now she'll help out this couple. But she looked at it and went away. And then they stayed there for a bit longer. And obviously the queue's not going down. And the other employee just went to them saying, like, is everything okay? Can I help you with anything? And they were like, oh, yeah, everything's fine. I'm like, well, nothing's fine. You've been standing there for 5 minutes staring at the screen. And they were like having this discussion. And I looked through between them, and there was no problem. It was just all their items waiting to be paid. And they were just like staring at it as if they were having a quiet, silent decision about whether they wanted to buy this stuff or not. Like, that's what it looked like.
We've scanned it all in, but now
they've scanned
we're not
it all
quite
in.
Sure whether we'd like to leave.
They're
the
at
shop
the point.
With it.
Yeah, they're at the point of trying to pay, but neither of them. They're just having this quiet, and she's resting her head on his shoulder, and he's kind of looking at it, and I'm like, are they waiting for the world to end? Because I was really confused, and then eventually she suddenly went, ugh! And she picked up some packets of meatballs and bounced out the store, and he was like, and then he walked out, and as he went to walk out, he left his Dolmio there, and I'm like, have you paid? What's going on? And the guy went over, he left a Dolmio, and then he went, and I was just like, I honestly couldn't tell you what the fuck went on. It was so fucking confusing, and I just don't understand. So, what are we putting in the sea? Cunts.
Yes, always. That's what we do. That's what we do on this show. Yeah, yeah. People who can't use self-scan, I think we can sum that up as.
Yes, people who cannot use self-scan.
There we go. That was a sexy little splash, wasn't it?
Yeah, wasn't it just?
Let's see if there's any more. Any more for any more. Oh yeah, we can discuss this one, but I've no interest in putting it in the sea. Kids doing graduations from primary school. It's not a thing.
Now, I think it's not a thing.
Yeah.
But I mean,
having attended one yesterday, it's a thing because I went to it. So you're wrong.
But it isn't a thing, though, right? Surely graduation is like from when you get your degree, you know? That's graduation.
No, she's graduating the class, aren't you? She graduated reception.
Yeah, but
going into the main school.
I mean, that's just going in. I mean, when I was there, we didn't do that. Yeah, so they've opted to make it a new thing.
That's because you're posh.
Like when I was at primary school, they never gave a shit whether we moved on from one class to the next or moved on from like the end of primary school. You're leaving primary school. No one gave a fuck. You're leaving class 5 to 6. No one gave a fuck. It just feels like.
I mean, they don't do it every year. Like,
so what is this one for?
She did it. She did it from kindergarten up to reception, and this is from reception into the main school, year 1. And I don't think they do another one until year 6.
I mean, I really don't give a fuck, and I definitely don't want to start tearing down the concepts of this stuff that your child is involved in. But I just feel like this feels like to me, and I think this is where Harmstone is going along with, is that we all understood graduation. It's like prom, right? Like once they got.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to poo-poo any excuse for a gathering and a party.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
How dare they enjoy themselves and celebrate? Yeah, fuck that. No, I'm good. Thanks.
It is any excuse for a party. And by the way, I don't really want to get on my high horse about this, but
mainly because you haven't got your torch at the moment.
No, that's absolutely true. And I would love to do that and a glass of wine, but it just feels like graduation was when you graduate your degree. In America, you can graduate high school. So that's before you go to college.
But Tamsin, the queen of English and vaping, has spoken. Graduate or graduate can mean to move up to, parentheses, a more advanced level or position.
So it's fine.
Townsend has spoken.
That sounds...
No C for this.
You know what? I'm convinced.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you got any left over from...
I've got several. I don't know if I'm going to use them all.
Well, you can just...
Yeah, I've still got this thing that's one last bean.
Yeah, you never did that.
I might have to explain that at some point.
Yeah.
It says here, things to put in the sea from our Discord. Bedlam, was that Ben? Ben Bedlam says we should put cold toilet seats in the sea, and Hannah has said warm toilet seats. What do you not like? Cold toilet seats or warm toilet seats? I think warm toilet seats are nice, aren't they? You sit down there, it's nice and snug.
Well, I think the thing is if you're using a public toilet, the only reason the toilet seat will be warm is because some other human has warmed it with their arse. So, yeah.
If a toilet... Do you know... Have you ever read Roald Dahl's Boy?
No.
It's really...
one of the few I have not.
You got to read it, and you got to read Going Solo. Take it from me. Going Solo is one of my favourite books, and it's really good. And it works better if you... Because they're his autobiography. Boy is all about him as a boy, and him at school, and him going to this boarding school, and he gets sent away and doesn't want to go to boarding school. Have you read Boy?
And
it's really
Going
good.
Solo is all about when he learns to masturbate. Hi, Mike, by the way. Welcome in.
Hey, Mike. Yeah, and anyway, so because he's an early year, he's in like a first year or whatever in the boarding school, he has to serve the elder kids.
Oh yeah,
as a tradition at boarding school, he has to go, and they send him down because the toilets are outside and it's cold. So the older boy sends him down to sit on the toilet just for ages, reading books until it's
warm it up for him.
To warm it up. So he says, "I'm going to need a shit in half an hour. Go down and warm it up for me." You've got to read Boy. If you haven't, it's really good. And it finishes when he is just about to go into the RAF. And Going Solo is his time in the RAF. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. It is totally worth your time. Both of them. I have to say, I might read them again. I read Going Solo loads. But yeah.
Who remembers furry toilet seat covers back in the 70s and 80s?
I remember people had them.
This youthful face does not.
It strikes me as something that you end up pissing all over, and then you
saw them on television.
So cold toilet seats and warm toilet seats, they're no use to me.
Yeah, I think those penalties offset, I'm afraid.
Yeah, let's not put anything in the sea. Crump. Aleth has put signs by the side of the road for things for sale at the next lay-by when there's nothing at the next lay-by. This is when we went down to Glastonbury and she was promised strawberries. And it kept saying, in the next lay-by, they're coming up. Strawberries, raspberries. And every time we went on for like loads and loads of times. And eventually we got to the next lay-by and it came to the lay-by and there's nothing in it. I don't think it's seaworthy, but it's
just bad marketing.
Kind of fucking amusing.
Yeah.
What a fucking Swizz. I know it was a real Swizz. She was not... We weren't going to stop. But, she liked the idea that we could have it. I'm not going to give a fuck about food.
I mean, if you'd have made the effort to stop and then found that it was empty,
yeah,
then I would have put it in the sea. But otherwise, no, it's just a grumble, really, isn't it?
It is really, yeah. There are some other ones there, but maybe we can save them for another time.
Sure. Why not?
Except for the one that I had, actually, from Wimbledon.
Oh, yeah.
Which was the Relentless. And, I mean, I know and I like them. They're good players, and I don't doubt they're good players, but on every fucking point of that fucking game we watched in the doubles, in both doubles tournaments, after every single point, not every single game, every single point, sometimes twice, those fucking doubles players fist bumped at every fucking time.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that?
That was super fucking annoying.
Fucking annoying.
Even on
they did it twice.
When it's like a double fault, I'm like...
Yeah, on a double fault.
Why are you fist bumping?
They're just like, bump.
The fuck are you doing?
Just honestly, it was relentless. So... As far as I'm concerned,
yeah. Sometimes they would do a fist bump, and then they'd talk about their strategy, and they'd fist bump again.
They'd fist bump again.
They fist bumped the first time.
It is irritating.
Yeah, that is fucking really annoying. And they did it so many times, the number
devalues it.
We were sat there counting the number of fist bumps. That's how annoyed we were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I say, doubles partners doing fist bumps relentlessly. Put it in the sea. You multi-sploosh for the multi-sploosh. That's a good one.
That's a really good idea. Yeah.
So, I think that takes us to the end
About covers that, doesn't it?
Yep. Of that. Or where's my thing?
I can get rid of this viral page now because I did them all.
Oh, did I? We didn't do confessions.
No, we said we weren't going to.
Save confessions?
Because we ran out of time.
It's 25 minutes past 9.
Which, as you all know, if you just check the little hand on your watch, you will realise that is ITA time.
Am I the asshole? No, it's the children who are wrong.
So that last one was the relentless fisting of doubles partners, right?
Yes!
Sentence needs sentencing, but yeah.
To death.
Yeah. Now, for anybody that is lurking in the background and may not know what the fuck is going on, we've had some new followers and we were off for a week. What is Am I the Arsehole, Alex?
Am I the Arsehole is a lovely segment where we find arsehole-ish stories from the internet and other places, and people send them to us, and sometimes they just happen, and then we read them out, and then we vote upon whether they are the arsehole or not the arsehole, and we all have a jolly good time. Basically.
So say all of us.
So say all of us.
Have you chosen which one you're going to do?
I'm just going to read this one. I don't know what happens in it. It's
Okay.
very short, though.
Okay.
It's literally kind of like this amount of time, so it won't
Well,
take
if you
me...
do that one first, and then I'll do mine, and then if we've got more time, we'll do another one.
Now, do I need to... I'll get some wine after this and read it, and read my wine, and drink my wine while you're reading yours.
Sure, that plays
And if we
well on
need
the
to come
tickers.
back for my... This one we will, but we'll see where we are. I mean, because I've got this one, and I've got this one.
Yeah.
I don't really know what that's about.
So we'll see.
Okay. Am I the arsehole?
Yes, you are.
Husband didn't come back to let me in, being locked out 2 hours. Now listen, I have to say from the outset that this doesn't really make any fucking sense.
Yeah, you're not really helping yourself by not using any prepositions whatsoever.
Yeah, words, man. Am I the arsehole husband didn't come back to let me in, being locked out 2 hours?
Park life!
And you were Stamen Alban. All this time. Husband went to an anime convention.
Oh, arsehole. There you go.
Hit that button. Push the button if you're ready for me, boy. Husband went to an anime convention at 10 a.m. I know the decision has been made, but let's hear it out. Husband went to an anime convention at 10 a.m. I was home. At 1:30, I went out to buy groceries and accidentally locked myself out. Let him know, and it's blazing hot out here. We're in the middle of a heat wave. Groceries still outside. Do you understand the idea of, like, prose, by the way? This isn't a bullet point conversation. You're not just saying, lock myself out, heat wave, groceries on doorstep.
And you clearly had plenty of time to do this because you were locked outside on your phone. So
Could have read it.
Put some fucking
Better effort in.
yeah.
He stayed until the very end of the convention, and now at 15:40, he's still not back.
Right.
Dog hasn't been out for a lunchtime pee yet.
Who gives a shit?
I'm angry and acting cold towards him, even in a heat wave, because he didn't try come back a little earlier at least. Is that justified? Why would... Oh, I see. She let him know.
No, you locked yourself out.
You locked yourself out.
Like, this is a you problem. Let the dude do his day.
He's gone and done a thing.
Well, I know that you're away doing a fun thing and that you'd have to travel back to help my useless ass. But could you abandon the thing you're doing to come and let me in because I'm fucking hopeless? No, go fuck yourself.
You know, the other day when I was in Wales, which I don't know if I mentioned because we haven't been here, but Aletha locked herself out. She had to come around to see you.
She did indeed.
And she didn't call me to say come back from Wales.
Yeah, could you come back from Wales? I've locked myself out. Although she might have done that if, she didn't have the option of coming to get spare keys from us.
And in future, leave keys with a trusted cunt, which I have to say, we have.
I am a trusted cunt.
I'm
Says so on
angry.
my sign.
I'm angry and acting cold towards him.
So you're being passive aggressive.
Always helps.
Yeah.
My brother's new front door auto locks. It's going to cause hours of fun for me down the road. Auto locks.
Yeah, it's called a latch, isn't it?
Yeah, it just goes ka-chonk.
Yeah.
Tamsin, I did know you meant you. She meant her about the key cunt. Right. You are a cunt as well, but like she meant her because riffing on before cunt. I understand her. I understand it all. I get it.
Understanding has been had. When I got a new door, I deliberately asked for one that you lock and unlock yourself rather than locking automatically behind you. Not for me, you understand.
Oh, yeah.
But for the hopeless other human that I live with that manages to lock herself out and things like that.
Yeah.
Not that she's done that very often, but she's
Can't do it at all now.
She's done it once, and that is 100% more times than me, so I hold the high ground.
I have the high ground, Keris!
And you're locked out!
You're meant to be the chosen one! Right. I've never locked myself out either, so... God. Now I've said it. It's gonna happen.
It's alright, I'll keep it quiet. Just come get your key.
Oh, good. Thanks. I'll go around. I can't go around to Tamsin. She won't keep it quiet. She'll tell Aletha. Shit. Listen, this was a quick one, mainly because the person doesn't know how to write. But, am I the arsehole husband didn't come back to let me in being locked out 2 hours? No.
Arsehole!
You are arsehole.
Sorry, I cut you off there. I'm sure it was going to be very
funny.
funny.
I don't know what it was
going
going
to do it again.
No, not really. I was just trying to say you're the arsehole in a shorter way, but there's not really very many ways of doing it. Alex can just go on the roof. P.S. I was on the roof again last week before I went to LARP, and in a more I think this might go somewhere kind of roof. I keep going up on the. I've been on the roof with various men telling them my problems. It's unbelievable, and every time they nod like, "Yeah, it looks like you got a problem there."
I'm just here to look at your tiles, mate. I don't give a fuck about your problems.
I'm gonna get some wine.
Okay. Yes.
With my
I'm going to sit here and stare at the people.
All the people.
So many people. I haven't blinked yet. It's quite impressive.
Oh, the people.
Really need to blink.
So many people. And I'm back.
He's back. Right. What's the wine, Alex?
The wine is Dynamite Factory. I'll show you it.
What type of wine is it?
It is a Shiraz.
Good choice.
Which I love. It was £6. I can't blink with my right eye at the moment. 5 days with 0 blinks.
All right, don't fucking brag. I thought my 30 seconds was good. You had to come in here and one-up me, didn't you, Duncan?
Welcome in Duncan the singer, who has, but he's been ill. As we may already know, but I don't want to tell everyone the stories of Duncan. He can tell them himself. But I win the blink contest. There must be a Blink 182 thing in this. Maybe you can work on that one. Maybe kind of like how many hours it's been since you last blinked or something.
5 days might be like 182 hours.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. Only in one eye, so you half win.
But welcome in, Duncan. Thank you very much for joining us. What a winker! He's a massive winker. Right.
Are we ready?
Yes, do it.
I thought you were going to take a drink then. That was going to be my chance.
I know, I did.
Am I the arsehole?
Yes. You Muttley?
No, I'm the villain in Home Alone.
Oh.
After he stands on stuff. Am I the arsehole for begging my girlfriend to uphold a sexist tradition just so that she can make a good first impression?
Oh man, time for Duncan to come in. Say that one again.
Am I the arsehole for begging my girlfriend to uphold a sexist tradition just so she can make a good first impression?
This is actually, I think, what happened when Duncan got together with his now wife.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, get ready to regale this story, Duncan.
Hoo boy! Someone check on Tamsin Aki. Oh my god! Did we just make this one up?
Sexist traditions incoming in 3, 2. I have a big family that's incredibly close. We have big family dinners every few months where we all meet at my great-grandfather's estate and eat together. It's a bit strange to gather around a long car and eat dinner there, isn't it?
Yeah, 14 feet. Is that enough?
Should your great-grandfather still be driving as well?
No.
Especially not on a estate. He's going to definitely crash that. Get him a Mini or something.
I should make him do a test again.
You can't have a Sunday lunch on a Mini, though. That's definitely too small.
No, that's true.
Anyway, they can do what they want, I suppose.
Yeah.
Typically how this works, wait for it, is that the women go cook for the time that they're there, and the men don't.
Does it say that men don't? I thought you were like just going to say it.
No, that is what it says. Typically how this works is that the women go cook for the time they're there, and the men don't.
The men sit around watching football. And so say all of us.
Which I'm fully aware is sexist as hell. That being said, I'm a guy, so fuck it, right? It does not say
it
that.
Doesn't. That being said, I'm benefiting. That being said, I'm benefiting from this.
I mean, it basically says that. That being said, I am one of the youngest people in the family, and my protests mean literally nothing.
Well, who else is going to protest if it's not you?
Have you tried? Doesn't sound like you've tried.
Yeah, it sounds like you tried. You said, now listen, guys, I really think we shouldn't do that. And someone thrust a brandy into his hand. He's like, I'm okay with this.
Like, would you like to go and cook, or would you like to sit here with a whiskey and watch the football? Whiskey, football, thanks.
And the men go fuck themselves.
Some of those women choose not to cook. However, this is usually met with a level of ostracizing.
So what, like, if the women don't cook, it's like, all the women have to go and cook. And one woman's like, I don't want to cook. And they're all like, well, get out of the kitchen. And then she'd be like, that's exactly what I wanted to do.
That's the point, yeah.
Goes to watch the Broncos.
The women who don't cook are wives and long-term girlfriends. So they kind of have a good family relationship doctored in.
The women who don't cook are wives and
long-term girlfriends. So that there's like if you've got tenure, then you don't have to go and cook.
Well, who is cooking then? If it's not the wives and the girlfriends?
Long-term girlfriends.
Okay, sure.
So new girlfriends?
Yeah, so who is cooking? And the mothers are cooking, presumably, but they're wives. So in my head, and I know you're going to explain this maybe, but like this is a thing of grannies and grands and aunties and mums, you know, like the kind of established matriarchy of the family of getting together.
I mean, yeah, it sounds like it's all the women do the cooking and all the men don't. But yeah, some of them have protested and they are apparently getting away with it because they have been in the family for a while.
It's basically like some of these women have said, listen,
this is bullshit, I'm not doing
it anymore.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And they get away with it. Or
Fair
maybe
enough.
they don't. Maybe they're ostracized.
Being ostracized from this bunch of pricks doesn't seem too bad.
Yeah. The women who don't cook are wives and long-term girlfriends, so they kind of have a good family relationship doctored in. When I have seen new partners not cook, it's gone bad. Like completely ostracized, not speaking, cattiness, rudeness, etc.
Who gives a fuck?
This dinner will be in 2 weeks, and my girlfriend was asked if she would attend. Initially, she said yes, which is great. I want for her to meet everyone and for everyone to get used to her being around.
So did you tell her about the situation she'll be expected to cook?
But when I explained to her the tradition, she was understandably bothered.
Understandably bothered, Tamsin's fucking podcast.
I told her that I understood where she was coming from. However, it was best for everyone if she just played along. And by everyone, he means him and his fucking cigar.
Just play along.
Just play along and make me a sandwich while you're at it.
A tasty sandwich.
I told her this isn't a permanent thing. Eventually, they'll get married and she'll be doctored in.
You'll get tenure.
It doesn't say that. I told her this isn't a permanent thing, and that I am only asking her to do this so she can avoid bad treatment from the rest of the family.
Because that's what it is, being held hostage and terrorized into doing stuff. I'm only asking you to do this terribly debasing thing because if you don't, they're going to hate you and it's going to be shit.
Yeah, counterpoint, fuck the family.
Fuck this noise. How many families have we encountered where this, like, the guy is just completely fucking hopeless?
This is her first impression, and I don't think it's best if we cause waves.
The first impression is a bad one from them to her.
Yes.
Don't you understand?
Yeah, first impressions work both ways.
Yeah. They're already causing a bad first impression. We've got that.
She told me that it's unacceptable, and that if she has to do it, she will not be going.
Great. Good work.
Good choice. I've tried to find a compromise with her on this, but she won't budge, and she's pissed at me.
Yep.
Yeah? Yeah? Seems fair. Shouty pricks outside.
You won't hear them, but they're shouty pricks outside.
She told me if I think it's acceptable to make her do this, then I'm just as bad as everyone else.
Correct.
Well, my point is she needs to make a good first impression.
This first impression thing needs to fuck off.
Yeah. Am I the arsehole?
By the way, if you are pinning your hopes on this first impression, there ain't going to be a second impression.
Yeah.
Let me tell that.
You have already covered the first impression by letting her know how shit your family are. So the ship has sailed. Tell her that she can go and not cook, and if they have a go at her, then you'll both leave. That's really how this works.
I mean,
if you have any hope in this relationship.
Is there... Do we have any... How do I say... We've seen this so many times before. Is there anything we can say that hasn't covered this already? You know, what's left for this situation?
Here's an appropriate TLDR from Tamsin. Fuck the family. Fuck the guy for not standing up to his family. Fuck the whole thing off. Stay at home with a cigar and a bottle of brandy and a takeaway.
And the Broncos. Don't know why I'm obsessed with the Broncos. It was just the team that I first picked.
Other pro football teams are available.
And they should be available. No, I'm really holding out hope for Russell Wilson to be a bit better this year.
And we all know how big a fan of Sean Payton you
are. Do you know what? He's going to make a difference. I feel certain of it.
Made a big difference for the Saints.
Yeah. So, you know, this isn't a football podcast, but if you want to, you can watch 2 Minute Warning. How is that doing? 2 Minute Warning.
We're in kind of off-season-y stuff at the moment, but we'll be back very soon to get ready for the NFL
I was going to say, you need to start talking about blah-de-blah, but if you want to have me on as a guest, I'd love to come on that. That sounds like fun. Yeah. Don't know why I just felt like saying that, you know. Yeah. Fun. So, can we fuck these guys off and stick them immediately in the sea? What do we do in this segment? Kill them?
We give them a stamp. We stamp on them.
Stamped on them with our big fucking boots.
Which stamp are we going to brand them with? Cunt. So the question was, am I the arsehole for begging my girlfriend to uphold a sexist tradition just so that she can make a good first impression?
I think you know the answer, mate. It's yes, you are the arsehole. Look, and there's a stamp. Notarized. Doesn't get much more official than that. Yatta! Says Tamsin. She probably in Times Square as well.
Times Square, yeah.
Oh, dear.
We've
had time... Oh, yeah, by the way, yeah, absolutely. We'd have had time for confessions, I think.
We would have.
Well, now we know that. We can't go back in time, Harmstone. You know? We're not Hero from Heroes.
But if we were, this would be the segment, though, so.
Well, I don't know. Have you got any more that you want to read? We could read a third, and that will take us clearly to the end.
I mean, I have one that's kind of similar to that one, if that...
Is it cunty?
Yes.
Well, let's hear your cunty one.
Okay. I mean, they're all cunty, aren't they?
Tradition. Tradition is the tyranny of dead men. Tradition is like kind of...
I mean, shit traditions are. There are good traditions as well.
Yeah. We have a tradition where we go on the bus crawl for Christmas bus crawl, and that's a good one.
Mr. D-Dog.
Mr. Deputy Dog.
Has finally found his way to the DGMS channel. Welcome in.
Welcome in, Dog. Alec. It's very formal, isn't it? Alec, Jez.
Comes with a nod, it seems.
Mr. Dog.
All right. Yeah.
Yes. I don't know fucking what I was talking about.
Traditions.
Tradition.
I mean, I now have a tradition that I started last week. That every time I go to Wimbledon, I'm going to eat a pork pie.
Oh, yeah. Actually, do you know what? When you ate that one, I thought, I really want a pork pie now.
Yeah.
But I was eating my sandwiches.
And it had the desired effect. I got, social media buzz from Pork Farms, who make the pork pie. So
oh, really?
Thank you, Pork Farms, not only for the pie, but for feeding my ego as well.
Nice.
Excellent.
Good.
Anyway, yeah. traditions aren't necessarily bad, just shit traditions are bad.
Yes.
Yeah. Forcing people to do bullshit in the name of tradition.
In the name of love.
That's the evil here. Anyway.
You get to do 2 in a row here.
Which,
that's bonkers.
That's never happened before.
Flying in the face of tradition.
It is unprecedented.
Yep.
Am I the arsehole?
For a second time, yes.
Man, do I really want to do 2? Get called an arsehole twice. Am I the arsehole for not letting my girlfriend wear a bikini in front of my family?
My fucking God. Trust me, your dad's going to love it. Or is he? I don't know. I haven't read this.
Did they send you free pork pies? That's the dream. No, they failed in that aspect.
Yeah.
I'll work on them. So me, 26M, and my girlfriend, 22F, have been dating for around 2 years now.
I'm just like, yes, you fucking twat. I need a drink. Do you want to go out on Friday night and have a drink, Tamsin? Just throw that out. Can we get in ahead of whatever nonsense you're doing with your family that's not as good as hanging out with me and Aletha? Sorry, carry on. Just trying to get my weekend sorted.
Make social plans while I'm trying to read Nita. Right, maybe he's the arsehole. We've had our ups and downs, but overall we've had a great relationship, and I definitely see a future together. We really love and respect each other and connect well. But the thing is, we come from different backgrounds.
I come from Puerto Rico, and she comes from New York, and we're both in gangs, and we sing about it an awful lot. I don't want to bring him home just in case, my dad doesn't approve. Anyway, carry on, sir.
2 families, both alike in cuntitude. I come from a Muslim background. I'm not that religious, though. And she is white. Which isn't a religion, but whatever. However, we've still made it work, and our similarities are much more than our differences.
I believe you're trying to convince yourself as much as you're trying to convince us with your backstory. But carry on.
Now, my girlfriend does like wearing a bit short clothing. Sick. When out and about.
Pretty fucking sick.
Now, my girlfriend does like wearing a bit short clothing when out and about, which used to bother me at first and made me uncomfortable, and we did have a few minor fights over it, but eventually I came to terms with it, as I'm sure did your penis. However, recently an embarrassing situation happened. There was a pool party at my cousin's house, and my parents were there too. I had recently introduced my girlfriend to my parents as well, so this was a good time for her to meet the family and relatives. I specifically told her to please pack something more on the modest side, as my family would be there, and most women don't usually wear such revealing stuff in our culture.
Revealing clothing!
She didn't give me much of a response, and just nodded. But what did I see in the pool? Her wearing a 2-piece bikini, with kinda cheeky bottoms too. Even 1 piece would have been better, but nah, she went all in on this time.
No, I think if he doesn't like 2 pieces, taking one of the pieces away and just having 1 piece, that's going to make the situation much worse.
I mean, can I vote for that?
Yeah.
Do I get a say in this?
Which piece gets removed?
Depends on the person, really.
You know what? You can replace any of the words after "for not letting my girlfriend" with anything else, and you're definitely the arsehole, because you don't get to let her do anything. She can do whatever she wants.
I mean, it kind of ruins the segment, though, Duncan. There's nothing to discuss at that point.
You are right, of course.
Yeah. But could you be a little less right in a funnier way?
Yes, good idea.
That'd be great. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Even 1 piece would be more better. That's not how better works. But nah, she went all in this time. She was probably the one dressed most immodestly.
Good for you.
Yeah. Like, hey guys, check out my
this
girlfriend.
out.
Look how fit my girl is.
Is it to the dad? Hey dad.
Hey dad.
Hey dad.
I'm hitting
Check
that.
it out. Yeah, I'm hitting that. Oh my god. Not Christ. You can't say Christ when they're Muslims.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, it's Islam. They don't give a fuck about Christ.
Uh,
Should say Muhammad. Just keep it on brand. Just saying.
Muhammad Christ, is that it? Is that how you do it?
I think we have to work on this.
No one said anything.
No, they're too busy. Their eyes were poked out like fucking cartoon
Like
wolves.
Wile E. Coyote.
And their tongue was rolling out, and they were hitting the table.
When Bugs Bunny sees that girl rabbit who nobody knows the name of. No one said anything, but afterwards I was so embarrassed I couldn't show my face to my parents at all. I mean, your face should have been somewhere to prevent this, is what I would say, but sure.
Right.
I did talk to her about it and scolded her a bit, and she told me she can wear whatever the hell she wants.
She told me she'd been bad, and I told her she had been bad. She said, well, if I've been bad, what are you going to do about it? And then we went home, and I showed... That's how it should have... I'm just saying... How bad have I been? You know you shouldn't wear that, or maybe I won't wear anything. What should I wear? Oh my god, come on, man, play the fucking game! Anyway, sorry, carry on.
I have no idea where I was now as Alex turned this into a fucking Blue movie.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. Write this down and put it in a hedge, won't you?
Burn him!
I did talk to her about it and scolded her a bit, and she told me she can wear whatever the hell she wants, whenever she wants.
Correct.
I couldn't say anything afterwards.
Because she was correct.
Because I had no leg to stand on.
No argument.
I realised I was completely wrong in this situation, and I shouldn't have written this bullshit story at all.
Good old Alec. Thank you, Dave.
I couldn't say anything afterwards. We've been quiet to each other for a while, but slowly making up. Am I the arsehole?
Yes.
I would like to hand the floor to the chat.
Chat?
Oh no, I need that to read the title. Hang on.
It's cunt. Crumple. He had a third thing. Does it actually make any noise when he does that?
It went red, so yeah, I think so.
Oh, cool.
There you go. I've recovered the paper. It's fine. What were we doing again?
You're going to read the top line, and they're going to say things.
Oh, well, I think they've already said things. So let's have a look, shall we?
Why did you uncrumple it then?
I need to read it for the stamp.
I see. That's what I meant.
But we're not there yet.
Oh, we're not. Okay, I understand now what you're saying.
I don't know what pabur is, but
it's how Duncan says that a lot now. He's like pabur. It's like a der thing. I don't know. It's weird.
Just say der, Duncan. Like normal.
That's what I'm saying.
Sorry, what culture? I missed that. They're Muslim.
Red flags.
Yeah, there's a lot of flags here. Perhaps he could use one to cover his naked girlfriend. Yeah,
my freaking ears! I expect this at Denny's, but not here.
Yes, it dodd. Thank you, Harmstone. Yeah, okay. Well, have we not got anything else to say? Is this pretty cut and dry?
I think everyone agrees.
Okay. Am I the arsehole for not letting my girlfriend wear a bikini in front of my family?
100% yes.
Yeah, and you didn't even stop her, so the question is a bit redundant. You arsehole.
Well, this was wonderful.
That took us up to time, roughly.
Yeah, that's good. We're now at the conclusion. We could have done confession, but it doesn't matter. We'll have same for next week when we can do some more.
We'll start with confessions next week, shall we? How about that?
This is our confession.
Yeah.
If you have anything you want to send in that you want Jez to read out in a Scouse accent, feel free. And we will be back, barring any illness or other things.
Yeah, I can't promise anything. I've had a pretty good year. It's just the last fortnight, really.
It was a very good year. I am, and Aletha am, going to see School of Rock on Friday at the Harbour Arm. So if anybody that is in Folkestone, or you want to come down, I don't know where you would, but to come and watch.
To watch a film from 2004 on a big screen.
Yeah, and drink.
In the wind, probably.
Or maybe it's windy, maybe it's not. We're going to go down to the Harbour Arm for to drink, watching School of Rock, and for to eat, watching School of Rock. And then we'll depart School of Rock in search of other bars to drink in, which is why I was asking Tamsin to come and do it with us. You should come down, Tamsin, and not drink, which will be shit, but that's one of the options, you know. And if anybody else wants to come down, I'll just say now, that's what we're doing.
You can vape instead, Tamsin. Just go down and vape next to him.
Yes.
He'll love it.
Yes.
It'll be great. Yes, so we will hopefully see you next week.
Yes.
I don't anticipate any issue with that, to be honest.
Cool.
But you never know. Yeah, any parting words for the dickheads?
No. Fist bump for luck?
Yeah.
For the end? Boom.
Fuck off! Fuck off yourself!
Fuck, shit, snore.